October 20th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 4. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Today will be the final day of this trial. I hope both the prosecution and the defense will be able to present decisive evidence. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement. In yesterday's session, the defense presented us with a new theory for this case. He claims that the scene of the crime was in fact Studio 2. Today, I will call on people present in the second studio trailer that day. From their testimonies, the truth will become clear. Very well. Edgeworth seems a bit on edge today, no pun intended. You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls Miss D. Vasquez to the stand. Miss D. Vasquez is a producer who was present in Studio 2 trailer that day. Will the witness state her name and occupation? D. Vasquez. I am a producer for Global Studios. On the day of the murder, you were in the trailer in Studio 2. As everyone knows, yes. I dislike needless banter. If you must pontificate, do it when I'm not here. Damn! Very well, Miss Vasquez. Please give the court your testimony concerning the day of the murder. Nick, I know she did it. Make her pay! Right. If she's guilty, I'll catch her with her pants down, so to speak. Alright. I entered the trailer a little before noon. The meeting began at 12 o'clock sharp and ended at 4. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. We found Hammer's body later when we all went to Studio 1. That's all. I have a question about one part of your testimony. You were fatigued, so you had Sal take you. The van. There's a van at Studio 2. I had him take me in that. I thought it might be risky to walk, what with that monkey's head toppling over. The one that was basically covering the exit and stuff like that. Okay, that makes sense. I see. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. This is the final battle, Nick. Let's do it. I entered the trailer a little before noon. The meeting began at 12 o'clock sharp. It ended at 4 o'clock. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. And when exactly was that? I've forgotten. Maybe you could try remembering? No. Fuck off! The meeting ended at 4 and the rehearsal was scheduled for 5. I would think it was between those times. You would think? Come on, all you did was state the obvious, Edgeworth. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me, okay? That was with the bus. The van, sorry. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks in front of the... I entered the trailer a little before noon. The meeting began at 12 o'clock sharp and ended at 4 o'clock. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks in front of the table on the trailer, okay? You mean these ones, right? You mean these ones, right? Ha, as I thought. You claimed you ate T-bone steak. But I say you did not. Excuse me? What's this now, Mr. Wright? Look at this. It's a plate. This plate was on the table in the employee area. As you can see, a large bone has been left behind. Mr. Wright, need I remind you it was a T-bone steak? Exactly my point. Remember, if you will, Miss Vasquez and Mr. Manila ate at a table outside the trailer. Yet there were no bones left on the plates. The plates were bare. Oh! Miss Vasquez? Tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone? I think I know how. You didn't eat steak. You didn't eat any steak during that break. You took your steak and threw it somewhere, like, say, the incinerator? Oh, good call. I see. Then what was Miss Vasquez doing during her break? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? Probably meeting the Steel Samurai, right? She was meeting with the Steel Samurai. Order! D&D, no worries, no worries. Are you saying? Yes, Your Honor. Miss Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak. She ran into the Steel Samurai, and then you did it. You killed him with your own hands. Mr. Wright, isn't that a little presumptuous of you? What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright? Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it? Yes. Fascinating. And here I was worrying that today would be as boring as all the rest. Very well. Let us have a battle of wits, you and I. Any day, Vasquez. Good luck, Nick. Let's see. What was the murder weapon again? The samurai spear. Yes. I am, as you can see, a woman of petite stature. How could I possibly use that heavy spear as a weapon? You couldn't, could you? I think you would have a great deal of difficulty using that as a weapon. Pretty much anyone would. You see? Yes. However, that has no bearing on this case. Meaning, the samurai spear was not the murder weapon. What? What is the meaning of this? The spear was found lying next to the victim's body. I have proof, Your Honor. I can prove that the samurai spear was not used as the murder weapon. It was the photo. Wrong, Mr. Wright. But I haven't said anything yet. I know you well enough by now to know when you're going to present the wrong evidence. I can sense it too in my fey blood. Okay, so I picked the wrong evidence. Enough with all the sensing. Right, okay, here's the real evidence, Your Honor. I can prove that the samurai spear was not the murder weapon. Well, I present my proof, the so-called murder weapon. But that is the murder weapon! Nah, not so fast! Remember that the spear broke during the morning action scene run-through. Oh, we're not to the part where we need the photo yet. We just need to use that later. Okay, but someone fixed the spear. It was the security lady. She fixed it with duct tape. Now tell me, how is it possible for someone to stab a man who is wearing a thick costume with this through the chest? Yeah, you wouldn't be able to. It'd probably break again. Order! Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Think about what you're... Silence! I'm the one testifying here, and I will be heard. Are you quite sane? Are you even aware of what you're even saying? If the samurai spear was not the murder weapon, then pray tell what was. How was Hammer killed? Well, Mr. Wright, can you tell us what the weapon was? Of course I could tell you. Would I make a claim like that if I couldn't tell you what the weapon was? I'm afraid your confidence can sometimes be unfounded, Mr. Wright. Very well, let's see this murder weapon then. That's where the photo comes in. Look at this photo. What is this? That's Jack Hammer standing at the top of the stairs. Order! Order! If I cannot have order, this trial will be suspended. Mr. Wright, what is all this about? This photograph is from 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident at Global Studios. This is a photo of that very accident. Not a word of this was leaked to the outside. It was a close-kept secret here at the studios. What does this have to do with the current case? Mr. Edgeworth, you still can't see it? See the fallen man in this photo? See how the fence post pierced him through the chest? What? Are you saying? Yes. What happened 5 years ago has happened once again. Mr. Wright, continue. It's 2:30 p.m. on the day of the murder. Miss D. Vasquez meets Jack Hammer outside the Studio 2 trailer. Then she did it. She pushed Mr. Hammer off of the stairs onto the fence. Just like Mr. Hammer had done himself 5 years ago. Though whether she did it on purpose or by accident, I can't say. In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer, died in the same way that he caused another man to die. 5 years ago? Precisely. Ironic, isn't it? Very creative, Mr. Wright. I can use a man like you on my script writing staff. You deny that what I say is true? Mr. Wright, let's say for the sake of the argument that Hammer died at the trailer as you say. Yet the body was found at Studio 1, was it not? Yes. And in the evil magistrate's costume, no less. Are you then claiming that I carried the body to Studio 1 and returned to the trailer on the space of a 15-minute break? Of course not, you used your van. How could I have disposed of the body? The break in the meeting at the trailer lasted 15 minutes from 2:30 to 2:45. Could Jack Hammer have been pushed off the stairs to his death, then carried to Studio 1 and placed inside his costume? There wasn't enough time. Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, how can you have dealt with the body? She had another way. It was the van. Other than with her own hands. For instance... Actually, for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes. And there was a way for you to carry the body. Interesting. Let's hear it then. Mr. Wright, please show us how she carried the body. It was the van, right? Yeah, it should have been. Miss Vasquez, you carried the body to Studio 1, and you used the studio van to do it. Recall your testimony. There was supposed to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. There was a van there, right? I had Sal drive me. There it is! You used the van to carry the body to Studio 1. Then before everyone else got there, you put the body into the magistrate costume. Hold on there, Wright. Don't forget it was Sal Manila that drove the van. Are you suggesting that Mr. Manila was a conspirator? Of course he was. Of course he's had to have been a conspirator. The body had to have been placed in the van and put into the costume. There's no way Miss Vasquez could have done that alone. Also, don't forget that they had to dispose of the samurai costume. They had to because it was covered in Mr. Hammer's blood. They probably burned it in the small incinerator as well. Miss Vasquez? Shall I continue? No need. You're smarter than you look, Mr. Wright. I lose, you win. It was fun. I win? I'm so fucking confused right now. So what happens next? Don't question mark me! Don't you have anything to say? What would you like me to say? Huh? I lost? Something like that? I just said that. For God's sake. So you mean, D. Vasquez, it was you? You killed Jack Hammer? Well? Anything? Who can say? What do you mean, who can say? This fucking bitch. Are you sure I did it? Mr. Wright? We just engaged in a battle of wits, and the result of that battle, you proved the possibility that I murdered Hammer. Right. But that is only a possibility. Proof is another thing altogether. You lack decisive proof, Mr. Wright. What? 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 Order! Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts. Of course it's as the witness says. Certainly it does seem very likely she did it, but there's no proof. What? Edgeworth isn't even sure himself what the fuck is going on in this court case.
Delicious noodles, they make you go.
That's how I'm feeling right now. It's just noodle slurping in the brain after this. That's how it is. I don't even know what to believe on this one. Well, I came here as a witness today. If you've no more questions, I will be leaving. What do I do now? What, testify again. I'd like you to testify again. Testify again? What? Know when to give up, Mr. Wright. Think about it. Even if I were to testify again, what's the point? I can only say what I have said before, the truth. I've already said all that there is to say. What would happen if I said it again? You'd ask the same questions and get the same answers. A waste of time. Damn it! Damn it! To come so far only to fall short. Stop making me drink all this water! Thank you for the hydrate. As it seems there are no further questions, I would like to end this cross-examination of the witness, Miss Vasquez. Edgeworth? Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting, Your Honor. I didn't. I see. Very well. There it is! Your Honor, I request that the witness testify again. You're the prosecutor, aren't you? Why are you badgering me? I'm your witness! I just want to hear your testimony again. Does this make any sense to you, Your Honor? I don't see what we have anything to gain by repeating the last several minutes. Mr. Edgeworth, I too see little point in making Miss Vasquez repeat herself. What exactly did you want her to testify about? Well, yes, indeed, verily, I say. Ergo, I want to hear about what happened after they found the body. After they found the body? Very well. The witness will testify to the court concerning the matter. Nick, why did Edgeworth... Who knows? He probably realized she did it too. But, wait, wasn't he the one that said he always gets a guilty verdict? After all that? Edgeworth. I was with Sal and Oldbag, the security lady, when we found the body. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. I immediately called the police, then Powers showed up. The security lady, Oldbag, was quite agitated, pointing at Powers saying that he did it. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. Then I went home. I was with Sal and Oldbag, the security lady, when we found the body. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. Okay, nothing different there. I immediately called the police, then Powers showed up. Makes sense, he was dealing with the sleeping pills. The security lady Oldbag was quite agitated, pointing at Powers, saying that he did it, okay? I asked to be left out of the proceedings. You asked to be left out? Yes. It seems that everyone else was questioned, and I'm really not fond of that sort of thing. But you can't just decide who the police will and won't question. Thankfully, the studio thinks otherwise. They were nice enough to understand that since we were in a meeting, there was no way we could have been involved. Thus, they covered for us. Covered for you? Or covered it up for you? There must have been a lot of writing on it with all those bigwigs at the meeting. I'm sure her professionals helped convince everyone they didn't require questioning. I went back to the studio trailer to get my script and direction notes. Then I went home. Let's see. I went back to the trailer to get the script and direction notes. Press on that. The script and your direction notes? Phone's acting up? Gotcha. Yes, they were quite valuable. It wouldn't do to have them stolen. No, I guess not. Wait a second. I thought you came to Studio 1 for a rehearsal. Why didn't you bring your script and notes in the first place? I was under the impression that we wouldn't have been able to rehearse anything. Why? There was a murder, after all. Who could think of rehearsing after that? Yeah, I guess. Very well, Miss Vasquez. Please continue. What? Edgeworth? Your Honor! I have an objection to the witness's last statement. Edgeworth, what are you getting at? Think. Miss Vasquez said she didn't bring the script because there wouldn't be a rehearsal. Don't you see what that means? She would have had to have known about the murder before going to Studio 1. Holy shit, Edgeworth, what? You're the prosecution. What are you doing being the defense? Mr. Edgeworth! What you have just said is a reasonable observation. However, I find it hard to understand why the prosecution would make such a move. Or are you thinking of a career change in the defense? I appreciate the concern, Your Honor. I will stand by my statement, however, regardless of how the court sees my role here. Now, Miss Vasquez, do you have an explanation? I can't believe Edgeworth is actually fucking helping me. So the prosecution is in cahoots with the defense? What kind of kangaroo court is this? No matter. I think you misunderstood me. I had a perfectly good reason to believe that there would be no rehearsal. Very well, the witness will change her testimony to reflect the reason. I knew that Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scenes, so I left them behind. No, something's amiss here. I knew that Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scenes, so I left them behind. Do you mean... Hold on, do you mean... Okay, I think she means this. This is how she knew about the injury, right? You knew that Hammer was injured. Okay, now I'm done. Gotcha. Don't you think that's a little bit funny? I mean, it was the Steel Samurai who was injured. It was Will Powers. What? Oh my god, she fucked up. Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Yes, Mr. Hammer is dragging his leg in this photo, but that's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Pretending? One person was injured in the run-through that morning. That person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. Now, why did you think it was Mr. Hammer who was injured? I already said it was Sal who told me. That's right. He must have gotten it wrong. I think not. Mr. Manella was at the run-through that morning. He would have known it was Mr. Powers who was injured. He saw it happen, after all. Why would he tell you the wrong person? Miss Vasquez. You saw Hammer limping. You didn't hear anything from Mr. Manila. You saw Mr. Hammer limping with your own eyes. Yes, but wasn't it Mr. Powers who was injured? Yes, but remember, Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg too. He was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Ah, and when he was doing this? Well, it would have had to have been after he put on the Steel Samurai costume. Was he doing the Sankey leg, Your Honor? He was pretending to do the Sankey leg, Your Honor. And went into Studio 2 where he was murdered. Exactly. Miss Vasquez, you met him, didn't you? You saw the Steel Samurai limping. And Mr. Hammer was in that Steel Samurai suit. That's why you were confused. That's why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who had been injured this morning. Order! I will have order in my courtroom! Witness, can you refute this claim? Yeah, let's see you sneak out of this one, Vasquez. Very well. I have a question for you. Oh boy. Why are the real killers always so persistent? Why in the world would I want Mr. Hammer dead? Yes, he had fallen on hard times, but he was a star. I had nothing to gain from his death. Nothing! Yes, you would have needed a motive. Why would she have killed the victim? If there is a reason, it is unclear to the courtroom. Does the defendant have anything to say on the matter? In other words, can you prove that she had a motive? Well, of course I can prove it. Okay. I have proof and I will show it to you. I present to the court evidence as to why Miss Vasquez's motive for the murder. It had to have been the photo, right? This is my proof. This is the photo from before. This photo reveals the motive in this murder. I'm right, aren't I, Miss Vasquez? 5 years ago, Mr. Hammer was at the height of his fame. With D. Vasquez's help, a terrible accident was swept under the rug. Ladies and gentlemen, the case currently up for trial began on that day 5 years ago. Ironically enough, that accident precipitated Mr. Hammer's fall. His fall from stardom. His guilt weighed him down, no doubt. However, you, D. Vasquez, used Mr. Hammer. You made him work for you for petty change. Bringing us to the present day and Mr. Hammer's last role as the evil magistrate. Yes, undoubtedly it was a constant source of shame for the ex-star. One moment, Mr. Wright. We are talking about motives here, yet you have only talked about Mr. Hammer. It almost seems as if it was Mr. Hammer who had killed D. Vasquez and not the other way around. What motive would Miss Vasquez have? Yes, that's right. According to what you say, I would have had no reason to kill Hammer. He was a good source of income for me, after all. And I never get rid of useful men. It's a policy of mine. Mr. Wright, please explain Miss Vasquez's motive for murder. She wouldn't have had any motive. She had no motive, Your Honor. What is this now? It was Mr. Hammer who was out for blood. All Miss Vasquez did was push him off the stairs in self-defense. What is this now? It's simple. Mr. Hammer was intending to kill Miss Vasquez. Plot twist indeed. What? What? Your Honor, Jack Hammer drugged Mr. Powers with sleeping pills. Jack Hammer snuck into the dressing room and stole the Steel Samurai costume. Jack Hammer wore the costume to fool the security lady into thinking he was Powers. Then, Jack Hammer made his way to the trailer. And for what purpose, you ask? to kill D. Vasquez, who had so cruelly taken advantage of him all those years ago. Oh shit, she broke it. I can't feel my balls, true. Oh god. So, you did do it, didn't you? Yes. I'm guilty. It was me. Someone call an ambulance! There's blood everywhere! We're too late! Ah! Miss Vasquez! What happened here? Manuel fell from the trailer stairs! Manuel! Manuel! Miss Vasquez, please try to remain calm. No. How could this? It was an accident. Mr. Hammer was doing an action scene and... No! Manuel! Don't touch him, Miss Vasquez! No! Please don't die. Please. Congratulations, Mr. Wright. I lose. Again. Mr. Edgeworth, where is D. Vasquez? In the waiting lobby, Your Honor. As calm and collected as ever. I see. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. It appears you have brought yet another miracle. Thank you, Your Honor. I think not, Your Honor. Will Powers was innocent. That he should be found so is only natural, not a miracle. Yes, you're right. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, not guilty, baby! Woo! I don't know what to say. Thank you so much. Hey, I'm just glad you're okay. Yes, but it's sad, really. I know now that Mr. Hammer stole my costume. It's bad enough that he wanted to kill Miss Vasquez. But to think that he tried to frame me for murder makes me sad, really. Tell me why, Mr. Wright. Tell me, why did Mr. Hammer want to blame me? Well, I think this is what I think. Mr. Hammer wanted to put the blame on you because... It's because you were the Steel Samurai. Because I was the Steel Samurai? Mr. Hammer was a big star once, but he was reduced to acting in children's shows, and as the villain to boot. The kids loved the Steel Samurai, and so he hated you. I think I understand. He could have just told me. I would have changed places with him any time. I think you're missing the point. Thank you. I'm just glad it's all over. So am I. Congratulations, Wubblehowers! Oh, thanks to you, I'll be able to don the Steel Samurai outfit once more. Can't wait to get back into that sweaty costume and... Is something wrong? No, of course not. Nick? Edgeworth? Uh-oh. Hey, Miles. Say something, right? I'm not good at small talk. Huh? Wait, what? That was too bad, Edgeworth. You don't waste any time gloating, do you? No, I really want to thank you. Vasquez would have gotten away if you hadn't stepped in. Pleased to meet you. I'm Powers. Edgeworth. I'm a big fan of your work, Mr. Powers.
Liar!
Right. I must say, I hadn't expected to meet you again after all these years. Meet again? What? However, in retrospect, it would have been better had we not. Thanks to you, I'm saddled with unnecessary feelings. Oh my god, he has feelings for Phoenix. Oh no. Is this the fan fiction that everybody was telling me about? Unnecessary feelings? Yes, unease and uncertainty. The toxic yaoi. I don't even think it's toxic at this point. I think it's just because they're on opposite sides of the court spectrum. Aren't those kind of necessary? They only serve to get in my way. You listen to me, Phoenix Wright. Don't ever show your face in front of me again. Okay, maybe it might be toxic. That's what I came here to tell you. Mr. Wright? Was that guy your friend? Friends? As if. They're rivals, right, Nick? For now we are, I guess. Huh? Why do I get the feeling I'm missing something? Come on, Nick, tell me. What's the deal with you and Edgeworth? And so the curtain closed on another trial. I caused quite a stir by revealing that accident from 5 years ago. It was the talk of the town for a while. Thankfully, Global Studios rethought its programming change. They went back to making kid shows again. Pink Princess! Nick! This is it! The new show starts today! You're gonna watch it with me, right? I'll admit, I was kinda surprised. I didn't think they'd seriously go through with it. You have to buy the trading cards too, okay? We have to trade with Cody and that assistant. Fine, I'll do it. Isn't it great that Will Powers gets to play the lead again? I wonder if they'll show his real face this time. I don't know. I don't think the world is ready for the real Will Powers. The end. Well done. We got another court case done. Woohoo!